Okay, I did put on one eye, but I am going to show you how to sew on not just eyes, like when you're doing projects and you have ears or arms or eyes and so on. I have found and heard through the grapevine that a lot of people struggle with it, like getting the stitches on where you don't really see the stitch work. And I'm not perfect at it. You can see a little bit there, but I've come a long way. And as time goes on, you will too. So I'm going to show you. And this process is going to work for whatever you're doing. Ears for bunnies, or ears for dogs, or limbs for whatever. The same process works quite well. And I hope this helps. And if you have questions, please, you can always comment below. And I will help you out as much as I am able to help you out, as much as I can. Just like for the Grouchy Elf scarf, I did quite a few lives, helped people. This is what I enjoy doing. This is, believe it or not, this and gardening are my absolute passions. So, where do I want to put the other eye on this frog? So what I do, you place where you want it. Notice I did not put stuffing in it yet. And I just usually use one stitch marker to gauge approximately where I want it to be. That way it's not rolling all over the project. So don't use string or yarn that's attached to your limb, whatever you're using. That is another thing I've learned. Do not use that. You want to take a fresh piece of yarn, and you want to take your darning needle and you want to thread it. This project happens to be cotton. It is the frog doorstop that I'm doing a video for, and this is part of the video of it, but I decided to make this a little segment so we can post this separately if people want to learn how to attach. So once you get it pretty set up to where you want it, your stitches, now whether your stitches are single crochet like these, half double, treble, whatever, you always, always, always try to go into the post of your stitch. Right near it. It doesn't have to be under it. Right near it, okay? So you do right there. Just go through it and leave yourself a tail, okay? Then of your project, go through the front post of your stitch. And then you go through your project so it's rotating. But see where you ended here? You want to go through the next one, whether it's diagonal down or across. You want to try to stick with the same lines. And then your next post right there. Just like that. Find your last one. So since this is an eye and a round, I'm going to work up just a smidge. And then I'm going to go through. This was working in the round, so I'm going to go through that section and get that. Maybe that's not working for me. There. Now, what you do is if you pull these, look at that, they will disappear. Pretty cool. See? So I'm going to tuck that in because that was not staying in well. So I'm going to go up to the next, I'm going to throw it the wrong way. There we go. And then you want to go through the next post of your body part. And then so it's back and forth. Just make sure you're working in the direction of what you're putting on. And then every once in a while you can pull this and it snugs it. Look at that. Snugs it right up. You can't even see it. See how it's just going around? Post after post after post. This is something that a lot of people didn't even know how to do. And I'm very happy to be able to share this. I'm going to stuff a little stuffing in there. Because I want this out of bulge. Just make sure you're rotating from the solid piece to the piece that you're adding on. This is a complete game changer if you want to do the smaller projects and the loveys for babies and all. This is like a ridiculously huge game changer, and it allows you to be so successful at what you're doing. And even if it's not perfect, as you keep doing this, you're going to be so impressed with yourself. See? Saying, I did that. And if you do this with a different, that's my heaters in the background. If you do this with a different color yarn, once you've kind of perfected it, that different color yarn is going to disappear. You're not even going to know that you used different color yarn. That's the cool part about this. But the trick to this is making sure don't get your end tied up in that. And you want to end on the body. See? Look at that. So, pull tight. And then I'm going to weave in a little bit of ends in here. Don't pull tight. And then I just go through to the other side and cut off. And And you do the same with you can tell I have animals here. And that is how you can add pieces.